But to prepare for this, you did the thing I've heard of actors doing this. You rode with the LAPD. Is that right?
We spent 5 months on the streets with LAPD 2 or 3 times. LAPD Sheriff's Department and Inglewood PD, 2 or 3 times a week, like 4 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning.
Okay, on 3, dude, you're gonna empty your mag and run. 1, 2, 3.
I'm a hard worker. I set high goals. My motto is, if you want to win the lottery, you have to make the money to buy a ticket. So what do you say? I could start tomorrow, or even why not tonight?
You interviewed him at the refinery on August 4th. Yeah. So he's cleaning out his trailer. He's moving it to a different county 48 hours after you interviewed him. Okay.
All right, so if I had to pick one actor who's never missed when it comes to low-budget films, like not once, it's got to be this guy, Mr. Jake Gyllenhaal. And no, I'm not talking about Marvel's Mysterio or the high-budget blockbuster version of him. I'm talking about the raw, gritty, low-key Jake. The one we see in stuff like Nightcrawler, Donnie Darko, and End of Watch. Those movies, they're not just entertainment, they hit you. Like emotionally, mentally, they leave something with you. And honestly, I don't think it's a coincidence. I genuinely believe Gyllenhaal does his best work when the budget is tight, when there's less fluff and more heart. So today I want to just talk like we're hanging out. Why Jake shines brightest in indie films and why maybe more actors should be taking notes. Okay, here's the thing with indie films. They're built different. There's no safety net. You don't have $200 million to cover up a weak plot with explosions or fancy camera tricks. Indie movies survive or die on emotion, performance, and storytelling. That's where Gyllenhaal fits perfectly. He's not trying to be the loudest in the room. He's just trying to be real. Give him a basic camera setup, a beat-up car, maybe a couple of good lines, and somehow he turns it into gold. Like with Donnie Darko, man, that movie was made for like $4.5 million. It didn't even do well in theaters at first, but now it's a classic. That version of Jake, the 19-year-old kid playing a confused, disturbed teenager in a time-warped mess, it felt weird, but weird in a way that made sense. You don't forget that performance. And I think that's a pattern. Jake doesn't try to act, he tries to be, especially when he's in an indie role. Fast forward to Nightcrawler, now we're talking $8.5 million. Not massive, but just enough. Jake took it and ran. Lou Bloom is one of those characters that straight up crawls under your skin. He's unsettling, but also kind of hypnotic. You can't look away. Jake actually lost weight for that role, kept himself up at night, and literally transformed. Dude looked like a vulture most of the time, but it's not just physical, it's psychological. Lou is intense. He talks like a robot programmed by YouTube hustle bros, and he believes it. That's what makes it scary. A performance like that, it doesn't come from a huge set or a bunch of visual effects. That comes from an actor who's willing to push limits. And in the indie world, you can push limits. Studios usually don't let actors go that far. Then there's End of Watch. This one feels different. It's got a documentary vibe. It's shaky, handheld, kind of gritty. And that's because Jake and Michael Pena actually held the cameras in some scenes. Budget? Just $7 million. But somehow, it feels more real than any $100 million police movie I've seen. David Ayer, the director, brought in a legit 15-year LAPD veteran to help keep everything accurate. And Jake and Pena, they went on real ride-alongs with LAPD, like actual patrol shifts.
So you're riding with these guys. Yeah. Did they ever make any arrests while you were in the car? And then they're getting arrested, and it's 5 a.m, and Jake Gyllenhaal gets out of the back.
And they're like, "Sorry guys, we need the back. See you later." No.
Yeah.
We went through a lot. We went through a lot with the police officers. I mean, we witnessed a lot of things. I mean, the very first ride-along I was on, someone was murdered, which was a very tough thing to see. And then,
right.
A lot of other things along the way. For 5 months on the streets with, police officers in the southeast side of Los Angeles, you're going to see a lot of things.
And I swear you can feel it. The way they talk to each other, the way they move. It's not cop movie acting. It's like you're watching two actual officers who happen to be filming their day. And because of that, when things start getting intense near the end, man, it hurts. You feel like you're right there in the back seat. That's what indie-style filmmaking can do. It pulls you in so close, you forget it's a movie. Here's something I've noticed, and maybe you have too. A lot of Hollywood movies lately, they kind of feel the same. It's like they're built from a template. You already know what's going to happen before the first explosion. But with indie films, especially the ones Jake picks, there's mystery, there's tension. You're not sure if everyone's going to make it. You don't always get a happy ending, and Jake thrives in that uncertainty. Hollywood might polish the edges, make things look perfect, but indie films let Jake stay raw. They give him space to explore the darker, quieter parts of a character, and that's where he kills it. The reason this even matters is because movies aren't just about killing 2 hours. They're about what stays with you after. And with Gyllenhaal's indie roles, you don't just remember the plot, you remember how it felt. You remember Donnie looking up at the sky in confusion. You remember Lou's creepy smile. You remember the bond between 2 cops who were just trying to survive another shift. Jake's not afraid to go deep. He's not afraid to get weird. And in a world full of safe, polished, cookie-cutter performances, that's rare. That's special. So, yeah, maybe he's done some big movies. Maybe he'll keep doing them. But for me, Jake Gyllenhaal in indie films is unbeatable. There's just something about those projects, the freedom, the honesty, the emotion, that brings out the best in him. And if you haven't seen those movies yet, you're missing out. Watch Donnie Darko, watch Nightcrawler, watch End of Watch. Trust me, sometimes less money means more soul, and Jake Gyllenhaal, he brings it every single time.